Soft Rock 95.3 WKBZ. I'm Oscar Osbo. And today we're reminiscing with Randy Bachman.
Hi, this is Randy Bachman of the Guess Who and Bachman Turner Overdrive BTO, and you're reminiscing with Oscar and Peter on WKBZ.
Well, good morning. We're talking with Randy Bachman, Bachman Turner Overdrive, and from the Guess Who. I mean, this is an honor for me. This is nice. I like this. This is good. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to hear everybody else hear you too. Okay. So you're the authentic guy. You're the real guy that was in Bachman Turner Overdrive, right?
Yes. No, there's
no
a
other
guy we're trying to trace down right now in Austin, Texas, who's rung up a bunch of bills saying he's me, and there's two other guys in jail who said they were me, but you have the real me.
Yeah, okay, all right. Well, so this is a big honor because I grew up listening to the Guess Who, of course, and Bachman Turner Overdrive on A-Track,
Yeah.
So Not Fragile album, one of my favorite albums. Taking Care of Business, great song. It dances. Every party has Taking Care of Business. It's kind of like a national institution, kind of like Proud Mary and the whole bit.
Every day, taking care of business every way.
Taking care of business. That's Bachman Turner Overdrive. Randy Bachman, and we're talking with Randy Bachman on Reminiscing today. Tell me about your new album.
Well, it's only about 3 days out in Canada, and getting great reviews. The first single has got my buddy Neil Young on it with me. It's called Made in Canada, and it's doing great. It's just been out a week, and we were the topmost added AOR last week, and this week we're 60 with a bullet in Canada, and we're just preparing now for the U.S. release, which I hope will be really shortly. We've got 3 different labels kind of bidding and discussing releasing it on us, so you try to get the best deal, which is not necessarily the most money. You know, it's the best belief. You want a belief system. You want a really good team of people. So that'll happen real soon.
Now, it will be out in America when, do you know?
No, I'd say in maybe a month or 2.
Okay. Any special songs we should look forward to hearing here in America?
Well, it's quite an unusual album. You know how sometimes guys do a tribute album, like Michael Bolton doing the suckiest, sickest love songs of all time. You know that last album of his?
Yeah, or Huey Lewis.
Which wasn't bad, but it's just, man, the whole thing was just too much to take. And
yeah.
I thought, gee, I'd like to do a tribute album, but rather than say, you know, here's my tribute album, all my favorite rock tracks, and have like Johnny B. Good and Brown Sugar and stuff like that you already mentioned, yeah. I thought I had a whole bunch of original songs, and usually in describing it with my band, I'd say, play this song like, you know, like Fire, like Jimi Hendrix, and play this song like Brown Sugar, because we don't read music. It's just I need to give them some sort of soundscape to copy. And when we started to do that, I thought, gee, I'll leave these songs. I'm using kind of classic riffs and grooves to set up these songs. I'm just going to leave them. So consequently, what I have is an album that's quite diverse in the fact that it represents different sound styles and grooves from the 60s, 70s, and 80s with all original material. And I've had a lot of people call me and now asking me, is this song like Whiter Shade of Pale, or is this song like Roll On Down the Highway, or is this song like Taking Care of Business, or is this one like Your Love's Like a Hurricane, like Neil Young? So truly, the song I'm doing with Neil Young is obviously a Neil Young kind of thing. We're playing like Crazy Horse. You know, we flew down there just a month ago and did this track called Made in Canada, and he was recording Crazy Horse at the time. We didn't even take our gear. We just used Crazy Horse's gear. It was all set up in his studio.
Oh, really?
So that's kind of the fun thing about the album. It's got reminiscences of, I mean, I think it's a great radio album. You can play a song on any format in the radio because it's kind of reminiscent of all the styles that have been rock radio in the last 3 decades.
Now, when you're working with Neil Young, is this for the whole album then?
No, he just played on a track.
Okay.
It's called Made in Canada, which is quite incredible. It's an up-tempo song, and it's about he and I growing up in Canada. And he plays lead guitar with it and sings along with me. And it's one of those rare moments where he wouldn't let me do any overdubs, and it's live off the floor. And on the end of the song, which is a 4-minute song, he packs on about a 5.5-minute blistering, blazing, sonic, bombastic guitar solo, which I just left. People are really tripping on it over here in Canada. They just love it.
In true Neil Young tradition, this song was recorded live off the floor after one run through for tempo and feel. Neil said, "We're recording," and went right into it. The result is perfect, a perfect moment in time, captured with a kink here and there, but filed away by its continuity, energy, true improvisation. It's been many years since I've recorded live off the floor in the manner and tempo, but this is one that Randy Bachman did with Neil Young, made in Canada. Now, what were your favorite times? Was it during the Guess Who, Bachman Turner Overdrive? What was your favorite times as a band? Is it now?
Well, man, that's like saying what's my favorite song.
I know. Kind of an open question.
There's so many favorite times that most people lived through, but I was there.
Yeah.
So, like, going to England in '67 with the early Guess Who was absolutely the most incredible time to go to England. Nobody had really broken worldwide, but they were, all famous in my mind, and it was just beginning. And, when you go to a club, you'd see the Who, the Stones, the Yardbirds, Cream, Hendrix. I mean, everybody was just kind of starting then.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful time. Then we came back from England after that to another great time with '68 and '69 in the States, and we were able to play all the pop festivals and not just witness the flower power hippie movement, but be there playing gigs at it. So my whole life's been one wonderful movie, so to speak, where I was kind of part of the soundtrack. And it's basically rock music through the '60s, '70s, '80s, and '90s in Canada and America and the world, actually. And there's so many favorite times, like doing festivals where nobody really was a superstar yet,
yeah,
and playing on the same show with Zeppelin and 10 Years After and Hendrix and Chuck Berry and Jerry Lee Lewis, and I was with either the Guess Who or BTO and Frampton and the Doobie Brothers, and man, it was an unbelievable time. It's like one big blur to me. It seems like a long weekend. This has been like 3 decades.
Yeah. Well, it had to be kind of cool though to be with your brother too, as far as with Bachman Turner Overdrive. Now, was that a kind of a? I mean, some brothers are rivals and they have a lot of trouble, working with each other. Did you guys have trouble working with each other? Or?
Well, if you got any brothers, you know the answer to that question.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I've got 2 sons, so I know. Yeah.
Well, you can see that with your 2 sons. There's this unwritten law of how they get along and love each other because it's blood.
Yeah.
But when they disagree and one's older than the other, there's this sibling kind of thing that goes on. But like you're right. I mean, it's really something to be around. I was the oldest brother and had 2 of them in early BTO, and so it's really something to be traveling the world. It's kind of like
oh yeah, Tim and Robbie. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're a Boy Scout leader, and you've got scouts with you who are a few years younger, and you're taking them into the wilderness or the woods, and like we'd go to Tokyo or Germany or England, and they were like totally just right out of high school. I had already been there with the Guess Who, so I was kind of like the tour guide, so to speak, and I'd kind of tell them where to go, what to do, and kind of like had been there before. But it's really fun to share it with somebody that you're that close to. Because when you go home, or when you write home, you cannot put it into words. There's some things that just have to be experienced with your whole mind and body and soul, and they were there experiencing it with me, and it's great to share it with them.
But I wanted it that way. She took me to the doctor, and he told me I was cured. He said that any love is good luck, man. So I took what I could get. Yes, I took what I could get, and then she looked at me with big brown eyes and said, "You ain't seen nothing yet. But baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. Here's something that you're never gonna forget, baby. You just ain't seen nothing yet. You need educated, gotta go to school." Any love is good loving. So I took what I could get. Yes, I took what I could get. And then she looked at me with her big brown eyes and said, "You ain't seen nothing yet. But baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. Here's something that you're never gonna forget, baby. But baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. But baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. But baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. But baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. Woo, woo, woo. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. But baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. Baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet.
Randy Bachman plugged in the garage tapes. You ain't seen nothing yet. We're going to be taught and go back to school and learn a few more things when we return.